Welcome back. We're listening to Stereolab Instant Holograms on a metal film, and it's great. Of course, it's Stereolab. We're on the second half. We're on track 8, which is as wonderful as everything that's been before. Maybe not quite as good as the last track, but yeah, just puts a little spell on you, this album. Some of those melodies, those hooks, notes all in the right order at the right time. It's an album to groove to as much as it is to listen to. Wonderful. 9 out of 10. Track 9, Esemplastic, Creeping Eruption. Another gem. We really are on a good spell in this album. I think it's been 4 or 5 in a row that are 9 or 10 out of 10. You know, quite Cardigans, another band that owes a lot to Stereolab, certainly the early stuff before they went all rocky. Yeah, a sound that should get sickly, but really doesn't, because it just rocks that just the right amount. There's a great hip hop sample in this as well that you should use. You know, they really can go all over the place. So 9 out of 10. Track 10, if you remember, I Forgot How to Dream, part 1. Maybe this is where the album drops off for me a little bit. For the first time I'm thinking, oh, I've sort of heard this before, and it's quite a long album, I suppose, at an hour. Maybe it's dragging a little bit. Lovely horn solo, taking nothing away. If it was the first track, I'd probably love it, but maybe getting a little bit sickly now, even though I just said I wouldn't. 8 out of 10. Track 11, Flashes From Everywhere. Yeah, not a standout again. Maybe one that could have gone onto the Outtakes album. 7 out of 10. Track 12, Colour Television, a little bit better. Again, that metronomy feel with a sort of reggae vibe as well. Yeah, another song that's crept up on me, and it's a good one to nearly end with. So yeah, good stuff, 8 out of 10. And the 13th and final track, If You Remembered I Forgot to Dream Part 2. Great way to end. Maybe, I love that Kraftwerk nursery rhyme, that. So simple, so effective. I guess maybe the most old school sounding Stereolab track. You know, this really could be off the first 2 albums, and a lovely nod to the past and the future. Great to finish on a high. Overall, it's just quality in it, and they shine, they're still important, they're still relevant, so influential, and still at the top of their game. You know, this is not a cash-in album, this is an album of quality songs that needed to be put together. You know, thank goodness for Stereolab, but you know, there wouldn't be many bands would be as good without them being there. You know, they mix the indie, the easy, like few can, and they can rock out as well. So, thank goodness for Stereolab. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think I'll come back to that, but maybe not one of my favourite Stereolab albums.